Tonight on KGW News, the search for a driver who jumped a drawbridge. Plus, a tense scene at Portland's ICE building when a protester gets hit by a car.
ICE out Portland!
Why those against ICE might now be closer to getting them out of the city. And Oregon gets around federal guidelines, promising that anyone who wants a COVID vaccine can get one. Then later,
just the nicest guy.
How actor Tom Hanks made good on a promise to a Portland typewriter shop. For David, we start with mounting pressure on the city to push back on federal immigration enforcement in Portland. Meanwhile, the city's set to issue a land use violation notice to ICE tomorrow. Alma McCarty joins us now in the newsroom. Alma, what violations are we talking about here?
Well, Catherine, the city believes that some detainees inside the South Portland facility were held overnight or for more than 12 hours, which is in violation of the land use conditions. And the federal government is accused of doing that more than 24 times in 10 months.
Wednesday's city council meeting interrupted.
There's not a lot we can do about it.
Several in the chambers calling for the shutdown of Portland's ICE facility, halting the meeting not once, but twice.
Your conduct right now is disrupting our meeting. We have people who are here to do the business of the city tonight.
This display just hours after the mayor announced the city will issue a land use violation notice on Thursday.
This review was triggered by the federal government's breaking promises to our community regarding the detention of human beings.
Specifically, the city believes ICE violated its land use conditions 25 times in 10 months by detaining people for more than 12 hours or keeping them overnight.
This is just one step in a formal process. The outcome is not a foregone conclusion, and the federal government will be given an opportunity to respond.
Well, it's a good start in the right direction. I mean, it's progress. Any progress is good progress.
Protesters outside the facility for weeks and months reacting to this update.
We are a bit relieved, still kind of holding our breath because everything takes a long time. And this building is not only an eyesore for the community, but it represents a lot of brutality.
They explain it's been a contentious scene between federal officers and demonstrators. And that tension's clearly visible in this interaction caught on camera Wednesday afternoon. A person over the blue line demarcating federal property is rushed by officers and then runs into traffic. We're told the person suffered minor injuries but will be okay. Meanwhile, Councilor Angelita Murillo says she'll be bringing forward 3 policies aimed at how ICE navigates in Portland. But tells me in this land use case, for now, council must remain neutral.
And I hope that this signals to Portlanders that we are going to hold everybody accountable, whether that be a local business or the federal government. The law applies equally to everybody as far as I'm concerned.
Now, under the city's permitting rules, a landowner or operator, in this case the federal government, has 30 days to correct the violation. Permitting and development can also initiate a reconsideration of a land use approval by scheduling a hearing at least 60 days after the notice. We've reached out to ICE for comment this evening, but haven't heard back. Catherine?
Alma, thanks very much. Meanwhile, ICE agents arrested 2 fathers in North Portland this week. On Monday, agents detained Felipe Aguilar Gama as he left for work. This doorbell video shows federal ICE agents moments before the arrest. Gama's daughter says her father moved to the United States from Mexico 35 years ago. She says he's undocumented, but was in the process of becoming a legal citizen. She just returned from visiting him at the ICE detention center in Tacoma.
There's a lot of people sleeping together. I've never seen my dad cry ever. And seeing that today just completely broke me. I mean, my dad has always been the strongest person I know.
On Tuesday, ICE agents also detained Rafael Arriola Caballero in North Portland. His daughter says ICE agents damaged his car while taking him into custody. He's also undocumented and moved to the U.S. from Mexico 20 years ago. Now to an update in Vancouver, where police say a child has now died after a driver crashed into him and his father this afternoon. The two were walking near 137th Avenue and 64th Street. The father died at the scene and the 6-year-old died at the hospital. Police arrested 73-year-old James Paulson on 2 counts of vehicular homicide and 1 count of DUI. Along with impairment, police say Paulson was driving recklessly and speeding. New developments tonight around access to the COVID-19 vaccine. Oregon's governor says if you want to get one, you can, despite federal guideline changes. Today, state health officials shared how.
Effective Wednesday, September 17th, pharmacists in Oregon will have the authority to continue to administer COVID-19 vaccines without a prescription.
Oregon state health officials sharing how they'll implement COVID vaccine recommendations from the West Coast Health Alliance. That development made possible after the Oregon Board of Pharmacy also changed its rules. Health officials say it'll take pharmacies some time to adjust to the guidelines, so they're asking people who want a vaccine to wait just a little longer.
I truly think that is days. And by days, I mean, towards the end of this week and into the beginning of next week. Whenever there's a change, it can take some time. It took some time for the 4 Western states to get together, review data, come to consensus.
The West Coast Health Alliance united in response to recent turmoil at the CDC. Their recommendations for COVID-19 boosters are similar to those issued in years past. They cover young children, all kids with risk factors, women who are pregnant or planning to be, older adults, and anyone who chooses protection. In contrast, the FDA is only recommending COVID boosters to people 65 and older and anyone with existing health problems. In a statement Tuesday, Governor Kotek said, quote, "If you want to get vaccinated before respiratory virus season, you can in Oregon. The confusion created by the Trump administration for simple vaccine administration in states across the country puts people at risk. Staying safe shouldn't be hard or expensive." If you don't have insurance and want a COVID vaccine, health officials recommend checking local community health centers and health departments. We posted a detailed list of vaccine recommendations on KGW.com. Let's get you caught up now on tonight's other headlines. We're hearing from the wife of a man who died while riding an e-scooter in southeast Portland. Stephanie DeBagno says her husband, Randy Phelps, was taken off life support last week. Back in August, Phelps was riding an e-scooter when witnesses say he hit a bump along Southeast 52nd Avenue and Mitchell Street, then flew off the scooter. Phelps was not wearing a helmet at the time. The owners of the nearby restaurant Toast tried to help Phelps after the accident. They'll be holding a fundraiser Monday for his family.
Shock, disbelief. I can't believe this is happening. We had just gotten back from vacation. His scooter was here and his glasses and hat and everything. So we came and got his belongings, and they just said any way that they can help, they want to help us.
The Portland Bureau of Transportation says they first received a report of this bump on August 29th and that crews will be repairing it tomorrow. A Cowlitz County judge has set bail at $100,000 for the Rainier Junior Senior High School principal. 49-year-old Jeremy Williams was arrested last night at his home in Longview. Cowlitz County Sheriff's officials say social media accounts linked to Williams were sending and receiving child sex abuse material. Williams was already on paid administrative leave for an incident that happened last week. The district did not share details about what led to that, but one parent told us it stemmed from political statements Williams made. And the city of Portland has announced a freeze on most hiring and overtime as it deals with budget issues. The city says it has a significant gap in the general fund. They cited several factors, including business tax revenue coming in $12 million less than projected. The freeze will take effect October 1st. Now, exceptions include frontline police, fire, and emergency dispatchers. The city is working out other exceptions as well. Let's take a look outside on this Wednesday night after another gorgeous, warm day. Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino is here with a first look at your weather impact forecast. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Catherine. Yeah, another beautiful late summer day here in the Northwest, and we've got several more to finish off the season with. There's sunset tonight for you from the Reserve Golf Course and out in Washington County, and hardly a cloud in the sky out there at all. We made 82 today. It's about 5 degrees above the average for the state, so the warm days continue, even though we'll cool off a little bit tomorrow. Medford made the 90s, but nobody else in Oregon did. So we cooled off quite a bit from yesterday when we had that really warm weather. We probably won't see a day like that again for the rest of the year. More sunshine on the way tomorrow. Weekend showers, yes, but only a very small part of the weekend. And the beginning of fall, of course, is on Monday. We'll talk more about the autumnal equinox in a bit. Catherine, back to you.
Matt. New video tonight shows Jimmy Kimmel leaving his studio in LA after his show was pulled off the air indefinitely. This follows comments he made about conservative activist Charlie Kirk's alleged killer. In a recent monologue, Kimmel suggested the suspect might have been a pro-Trump Republican. The network announced the decision after the chairman of the FCC threatened to take action against Disney and ABC. Kimmel's representatives have not commented, but some Democrat lawmakers like Chuck Schumer say they're outraged by the move.
Trump and his allies seem to want to shut down speech that they don't like to hear. That is not what democracies do. That is what autocracies do.
President Trump posted about the show's ratings on his Truth Social platform tonight, saying that Kimmel off the air is, quote, great news for America. Also, he called Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers, quote, total losers, seeming to call for NBC to cancel them as well.